the sudden brightness. In Elmo pajamas and bare feet, I picked my way across the stones to the shed, reached the car and realised I hadn't brought my keys. "Sorry, forgot the key," I said, turning and starting painfully back. "It's fine," said my midnight caller. Sorry about this." He stopped, perhaps feeling that all these apologies were becoming a mite repetitive. I had retrieved my keys and was tackling the gravel for a third time when a vehicle on the road below slowed and then turned up the driveway. It took the slope with a roar, dark shadows racing before the glare of its headlights. "It's his accomplice," I thought wildly, fumbling with a handful of keys in an attempt to grip one between my knuckles as a weapon. A ute swept around the corner of the house and stopped just 2 meters in front of me. Through the dazzle of headlights, I saw a figure leap out, rifle in hand, and I shot towards the back door like a bolting hare. "Stop right there, asshole," cried the gun-wielding maniac. "Leah, call the police. You, lie down, or I swear I'll shoot you." "Rob!" I croaked, sagging back against the door frame as the other man dropped smartly to his stomach on the gravel. "Did he hurt you?" my brother demanded. "No, let him up. He just came to borrow a jack. He's got a flat tire." There was a short, charged silence before Rob said, "So what the hell was your problem?" "I'm sorry. I was reading a book about a serial killer who kidnapped girls and tortured them, and then this poor guy wandered up and knocked on the door and scared me half to death." I started towards the prone figure in front of Rob's ute. "Please get up. Look, I'm really sorry. We're not insane, honestly. It's a twin thing. Sometimes you know when the other one's in trouble, or at least when the other one thinks they're in trouble." I trailed off, feeling like a complete idiot. "Leah, you moron, shut up," Rob snapped, reaching into his ute to switch off the headlights. Now that he was no longer obscured by their glare, I saw that he was wearing only a pair of pink satin pajama shorts, which must have been the closest thing to hand when he leapt out of bed. They were very short and very tight on him, and the effect was truly horrific. Puncture Man was getting to his feet. "Oh, I'm really sorry, mate," Rob said, putting down his rifle. "I'll come and give you a hand with your tyre. Is that your van just down the road?" Yes," said Puncture Man. He sounded somewhat wary, as well he might. "I'll get the jack," I said. "Oh, I've got one," said Rob. "Go to bed." Happening just then to look down, he noticed the satin shorts, and his expression went from irritated to appalled. "Pair of shorts to cover them up?" I offered. Ignoring this, he laid the rifle across the back seat of his ute and climbed stiffly behind the wheel. The other man got in beside him. Rob executed a rapid three-point turn, and they vanished down the driveway. I let out a long, shaky breath and began once more to pick my way across the stones to the back door. Rob and I had always had a nebulous and ill-defined awareness of the other one's state of mind. I believe quite a few twins do, but dragging him from sleep to rush to my rescue was a first. I was at the door when the phone began to ring. Running down the hall to the kitchen, I picked it up just before the answer phone cut in. "It's okay, don't worry." "What happened?" cried Rob's fiancée. "Nothing, only that I'm an idiot. I scared myself stiff reading that book you lent me, and then some poor guy with a flat tire came and knocked on the door, and I thought he was a serial killer. Rob must have picked up on how scared I was. I'm really sorry." There was a long, blank silence down the phone. "Shit, Leah," she said at last. "Honestly, you're not standing there at gunpoint?" "No, I'm not, promise. Rob will be home in 10 minutes. He's just helping the guy change his tire." "Okay," said Anna slowly. "I'll see you tomorrow then." Today, actually, according to the microwave clock on the other side of the big industrial kitchen. Anna, who was my friend before she was Rob's girlfriend, and I owned and ran a cafe, and I lived there. I toured the premises, locking every door and window as I went, returned to my bedroom, kicked Run Bobby Run, hit the end of my middle toe squarely on its spine, swore for a while, and hobbled back to bed. I dreamt of home invasions and minced teenagers, which made waking up in the morning much more pleasant than usual. Getting up with unprecedented relief, I went along the hall to the kitchen, made myself a coffee with 2 shots of espresso, and took it outside to sit on the porch steps. Our cafe is called Pretty Delicious. Modesty is overrated. And it sits on a hill above a small coastal town in Northland called Ratai. It started life as a rather potential